How's it going, you lot? Hope you're all fine and dandy. Man, I'm so tired I haven't even got time to think. But we had more rain yesterday and more rain overnight, and this place is flooded again, even though I've sealed up everything that I thought I could seal up. But it's because that neighbour next door, he's put that concrete bloody everywhere. But he don't care because his garage ain't flooding, so he don't care about me and my little garage. But everything's sobbing wet again. But that's all right. I've got the Futaba receiver. It's an R334SBS, so quite a good receiver actually. I'm going to put it in this twin-engined Lightning GTX2 because I want to give it a go. I've been out this morning and everywhere is sobbing wet. The park is actually flooded, so I can't go there or anything. All the car parks are full up because it's a weekday, but probably won't be going to give this a go today. But at least I can test the transmitters, test the bloody servos, and I can make sure the throttles are working in unison together, opening the same amount. I can do all of that rubbish that I'd normally be too impatient to do if I could actually go out and give it a go. So in a way, it's a good thing that I can't go and test this today because everywhere's either full up with people or flooded. It's actually pissing down. Well, it's slowed down slightly. It's still raining. Anyway, it's a good thing in a way because it means it's containing me and I'm going to set things up properly, because normally I get far too impatient. I don't give a shit if anything's running properly or not. I just want to go out and have a go of it. You know what I mean? Throttle not working or throttle working, brakes not working or brakes working. I want to go and have a go, but it's containing me. So let's stick this receiver in here and we'll see if all the servos work properly and get the throttle working properly and all that kind of other rubbish. Alright, so hopefully this is all I've got to do to get this up and running and drivable. And when the weather turns back into reasonably dry, because I know some of you lot are all a bit mad, aren't you? Some of you lot are like, oh, I don't care about mud and all of that, but I do. I don't like getting all the mud in all the places and everything, and you have to clean it all out. It's not for me. It's not for me. Some things are for some people, and some things are for other people, but that's not for me. I'm not doing that. If you think I'm doing that, you've got another thing coming. So let's take this old Spectrum receiver out. I might better zoom you in a bit. Don't know whether you want to be zoomed in or what you want to be doing, but it's tough anyway because you're being zoomed in. So let's take this Spectrum one out, and this is a lot smaller as well. The Spectrum one's bigger. The Futaba one's a lot smaller, which is a good thing. So, and the good thing is, shouldn't matter where we put it, but that one was the aux. That one was the aux, so that one will go in channel 3. That one will go in channel 1. That one will go in channel 2, them two go together, and that one's battery. So that one goes in there. Oops. That one goes in channel 1, and that one goes in channel 2. And this one goes in channel 3. Now what I've got to do, plug the battery back in, go get my, put all that together, go get the transmitter, mix channel 2 and channel 3 together so we get both steering servos working together. Once I've mixed them together, everything should be fine. So, see you in a minute. Righto you lot, so now we've got steering, we've got throttle. The throttles seem to open the same together, and we've got brakes. For those of you that might be wondering, because it did take me a minute there to work that out. I'm sitting there thinking, why ain't the bloody steering mixer working? And then I remembered that you have to set one of them in reverse. So let me just quickly show you that, because you might forget about it as well. because I did. I forgot all about it. I'm sitting there thinking, why the bloody steering mix isn't working? And it should work. It worked before. And then I remembered about setting it in reverse. So let's have a look. Right, hopefully you can see, because I can't see because the screen on this camera is broken. So I'm hoping that you can see this screen on here. But what you've got to do is you've got to you got to go to where has it gone? There it is at the top there. You've got to go to the steering mix at the top there, and you just got to activate it. So if it says ACT, that means it's active, and if it's INT, I think something like that, that's inactive, it's off basically. So you've got to change it to active. There's Ackerman there. You can play around with that. I haven't played around with that yet because I've not fine-tuned the steering, but I've turned it on, left all that as it is. But if you just leave it like that, you've got the left and right servos going in the same direction. They're both trying to turn in the same direction at the same time. Obviously you want the right one to turn to go forward and the left one's got to go backwards. Let me show you. So if you just set that, just turn that on, yeah, you're going to have this servo going forwards and this servo going forwards, so that they're both trying to, it's not going to steer, is it? Because to steer they got to go like that. So what you need to do is, with the Futaba anyway, I don't know about Spectrum or any others, perhaps they're the same, perhaps they're not. But one of the servos has to go into channel 1 and the other one has to go into channel 4. And because channel 4 is the one that you can use for mixing steering. So then what you have to do, once you've activated this, you've got to reverse one of the servos. Alright, so that when you turn, one servo goes forward like that, and the other one goes backwards like that. Alright, so all you got to do then is come out of that, go across, where is it? That's it. Just go into reverse, and I've got that steering there, that in reverse, and channel 4 as well. So now, because don't forget, if you have, let me show you, if you've got that one in forwards, normal, yeah, because the servos are around the other way, that's why. And you do it like that, see, look, they both want to go, look, I'm steering, look. They both want to go in the same direction. I know it's a bit confusing, but if the servos were both orientated in the same direction, they would be opposite. But because they're opposite left and right, they're the wrong way. So you've got to have them set in reverse. Now if you've got channel 4 and channel 1 set in reverse, there we go. There we go. I forgot all about reversing. I'm standing here, I've turned on the steering mix and I'm thinking, why ain't it bloody working? And then about 2 or 3 minutes I'm standing there and I'm like, got to set them in reverse. Of course I have, what a dick. You can't remember everything in life. Anyway, let's pack all this nice and neat in there, pack all the battery nice and neatly in there, and then that's that done then. I'm not going to go out and test it today. I don't know why that nitro in there has gone. It's like a white, it's like, it looks like water, doesn't it? That's meant to be bright red. Weird. Anyway, there we go. Happy with that. Right, let's just show you lot. I've already had a look. I might need to change it. I need a brief look. So let's turn on the transmitter, turn on the receiver. So now, I can't get them to stop making that noise, by the way. I've tried adjusting trims, I've tried all sorts. They're just noisy servos. Anyway, we should get, I don't know if you can see in there or not, I think you can. We should now get, they should be opening all the way at the same time, which I believe they are. I did play around with the trims a little bit, so we might need to, can you see in there, I've got a little magnet, if that's going to stay there or not, I think it will. Right, now, you probably still can't see in there, there we go. Looks to me, bloody Jesus, that one is opening slightly more than that one, so I've just got to play around with the adjustment on this one, and then they'll both be opening full. Bloody light. Let me try and show you the torch the best I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you in there. Move away, I don't know. Right, can you now, I think you can see both of those slides in them carburetors now, right? They're both on tick over. I'm doing the brakes and they're not twitching, right? This is a good setup, right? Now I'm doing throttle. We're starting to open. We're both opening, both of them. That one there is on full and that one there is totally open as well. They're both completely open. And if you try to watch them, they're both at exactly the same time. And there's no delay in them. By delay I mean they're both at the same. It's not as if one's opening slightly quicker than the other. They're both at exactly the same time. So, as far as I'm concerned, that is job done. Now what I've also done, because I thought this might be quite handy, because I've got the two engines, and at the moment, you see, you know, the way that I work, you lot know the way that I work now. I'm just kind of a bit slap happy, happy-go-lucky, don't give an uncle's monkey about anything. Some of you lot are quite particular and like things to be perfect before you go out and have a go, but I'm the opposite, really. Not always, depends what it is. But these engines, they need to have a blast, you know what I mean? And the only way, there's no point in sitting here in this garage or out on a park trying to get them to run and just tick over and just run nicely before I've actually given them a blast around. And they need a clear out. So they're a bit dicky at the minute sometimes. So getting one started and then you got to get the other one going, but then the other one might conk out, things like that. So what I've done to make that a bit better, a bit easier, making use of what they call the idle up, you know, so you can raise up the tick over with a press of a button, and it's rather handy. So I've set it up, so what I've got to do, this button right here, this is the way I've got my other one set up as well, it's quite handy. So I can just press that, right, and then that activates. And what happens is, if you watch the throttles, ready? Can you see the throttles in there, ready? So if I press that button, they open up, and that's cock. Now, that is enough. I might need to make it a little bit more than that. You can see there, look, I press the button. I might need to make it a little bit more than that. That might not be enough revs. The only way I'll know about that is just by experimenting. So, but you know, press that button, and then that means I can start up both engines. They're both going to be revving a bit higher than tick over. Get them warmed up, and then I can just go out and have a blast. You know what I mean? Just go out in the field and blast around. And once they've warmed up and they've cleared out, then I can start adjusting needles and tick overs and all kinds of tuning, whatever might need to be adjusted to get them both running in unison together. But for now, that'll be absolutely perfect. So there we go. Turn that off. I know them servos are a bit noisy. Some of you are probably going to comment on them, so they're on the way out or anything, whatever. I've tried adjusting trims. The thing is, they don't stop being noisy. Sometimes, when they're a bit noisy, it's because they're a bit unsettled. All you've got to do is just flick the steering a little bit and they'll stop making a noise. In this case, they're just making a noise all the time. And it's not the throttle servos either, it's the steering. But anyway, turn that off. Turn that off. See you later. One job well done. And at the moment you can see my temporary pump down there, because as you can see the wind's blowing this slide over. Everything's flooded. All this here is was flooded this morning. Got my little temporary sump hole there with a temporary pump and a hose pipe to get it down the drain. It goes up the drive and out in the drain. It's raining at the minute. Don't know whether you can see on that camera or not, but it is raining at the moment. It's that fine stuff that gets you absolutely drenched. There's me. I washed the car the other day and I hung that out to dry. Well, it ain't dry no more, is it? At least it's getting a wash. Oh, the bloody water's coming in all over the place. Look, coming in everywhere. I thought I sealed it all up. I put cement everywhere, but the water just keeps coming in. But anyway, let's put these air filters back on, and then I'll cable tie these a little bit better. With any luck, my friend, he'll go in his garage and he'll find the transmitter for this Spectrum receiver, and then I can put it all back to original standard how it was with the original transmitter and everything. But for now, using this Futaba, at least I better go and give it a go. And that's what's going to be in the next video of this truck anyway. There'll be some more videos. I've got an issue with the Savage. The Savage has got a problem. It's the clutch. I think it's the clutch. I'm going to take that apart. Maybe I might do that later on or tomorrow. I'm pretty sure the clutch on the Savage, not the slipper clutch. People seem to get, when I say that, I need to be a bit more specific because people get the wrong idea. Not the slipper clutch. The slipper clutch, I do them right up. I always do them right up, as tight as they'll go. Always have done. For the past 20 or more years, as soon as I realised when I was a kid that the bloody thing's a nuisance, so I've done that up. And I always have them done up. Don't want a slipper clutch. Don't care about any of what you're going to say about the transmissions and all that, and diffs will die because the slipper clutch is there to protect them. Don't care. So, it's not the slipper clutch's problem. Because it's been a bit dicky. I've always thought it was a little bit dicky, that Savage. And then the other day, it jammed up, didn't it? And I thought it was the engine, but I don't think it was. Because when I was doing a video the other day on how to tune it, it was going fine, and all of a sudden I was just turning and it stopped dead. The engine stopped dead. It didn't conk out, it stopped dead. And I thought, what the hell's going on here? Went to start it up, and it was alright. But then when I went to go, the engine was revving, and but it was really laboured. And it wouldn't. The truck just wouldn't move. So I kicked it, pushed it forward, and then after that it was all right. But it changed. It went to how it should be. So it'd been wrong all this time, and it went to how it should be. Those of you that see that video, the tuning video at the end, the footage I put in at the end of it, that's when it happened. And some people have commented. Mr. Bow, he commented on it and said, yeah, that went. You could hear the change in the engine. The power was immense. But then there was so much of it that it ruined the spur gear, which I knew it was going to do because it's plastic. Only had that on there because I can't afford a hardened steel one at the moment. But I'm pretty sure there's something going on with that 4-shoe. I've got a Reds Racing 4-shoe clutch on there and flywheel and an Answer RC bell. I reckon when I must have put that together, I must have put a spring on wrong or done something wrong, and it's not been engaging properly all this time. And all of a sudden, maybe it got jammed, something got jammed on it, the spring might have come out of line, I don't know, because I've not taken it apart yet. And then it just started working properly, you know. So now I've got to replace the spur gear, and I'm going to take the engine out, and we're going to have a look at the clutch, just to see what actually has happened. Is anything broken, or is it managed to mend itself and put itself how it's supposed to be, and I just put it together wrong to start with. We'll find that out in the next video. I'll catch you later on. All the best. Treat each other equally and just love life. And I'm excited to give this a blast when the rain stops. I hope you're excited to see it. I'll see you on the next one. You lot, all the best.